Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we gonna talk about them Cavs, man. They've been winning a whole lot of games, and they won another one, 138 to 105, a blowout against the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks go to 22 and 45 and 14 and 20 at home. Cavaliers 41 and 26, 19 and 14 on the road. Cavaliers beat the Mavericks for the first time this season, and they do play again in a couple, only 2 days from now, and we'll see if the Cavaliers can win like they won tonight. Cleveland 38 to 21 in the first quarter. That's how you knew that it was going to be possibly a bad game for the Mavericks when they gave up that many points and couldn't score as much. But then it was 29 to 29 in the second. The problem was it was 41 to 33 in favor of the Cavaliers in the third. And then 30 to 22, Cavaliers did it again in the fourth. And the lead just was too much for the Mavericks to be able to come back and win. They could not guard this Cavaliers team to save their lives. Dean Wade, the only starter for the Cavaliers to not score in double figures in points. He had 3 points because he made a three. He missed his two-pointer. He did have an assist and a steal, 2 personal fouls, and it was a plus 13 and plus minus. But that's all he did in those 18 minutes that he played. Evan Mobley was really good. 12 of 15 from the field. Was able to score real well around the rim. Took his time. Got the looks he wanted. Got the ball when he needed it. He also was able to hit a couple threes, going 2 of 4 from 3. But he did go 3 of 7 from the free throw line. That was probably one of the worst things he did besides get 4 personal fouls. Other than that, he had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. And was a plus 12 and plus minus. This was one of his better games in the last couple weeks. And he is a guy that can score. He is a guy that can do multiple things for you. And he showed that again tonight. James Harden, 29 minutes. He had 17 points. He went 6-11 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He used his handle to get the shots that he wanted. He was able to create his own shot, whether that was off the dribble or driving. He did have 7 rebounds and 7 assists. You know, James Harden is always looking for his teammates. He's always looking to make a good play, but the handle and the passing was a little sloppy, and he can do that a lot too. So the 4 turnovers are a result of that. He had 1 steal, and he had no personal fouls. Was a plus 27 and plus minus. Donovan Mitchell, 29 minutes, 24 points. He was attacking the basket real well in this one. You know, he can pull up whenever he wants to if you give him the space or you give him the room, or he creates the space himself. But he can also play off the ball, and it's good to see him do that a lot more. 11 to 16 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He did have 2 rebounds and 8 assists. The 8 assists was the most on the team. That was good that he was able to find his teammates often in this one for baskets. He also had 2 turnovers and 2 steals. No personal fouls, and a plus 6 and plus minus. Everybody in the starting lineup got a steal or more. That's something you don't see all the time, so I have to mention that. Keon Ellis got to start. He played 26 minutes and had 13 points. He went 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. He's always taking the good looks and always trying to get good looks, and that's something you have to like about him. But he also can get it with his defense. 2 blocks and a steal. He's been putting up that basically every game or close to it. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul. It was a plus 14. And plus minus, Larry Nance Jr., 7 minutes. He had 6 points. All of his shots was wide open threes, but he made them. So you can't be mad at that. You got to be happy about that, especially if you're a Cavs fan. He had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers. 2 offensive rebounds and a personal foul. Was a plus 5 and plus minus. Tristan played 7 minutes. He had 2 points. He went 1 of 5 from the field and missed his only 3. So not the greatest game from him, but his teammates stepped up a lot, so he didn't really need to have a great game anyway. He had 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 personal foul. Was a plus 5 and plus minus. He just should be focused on being better in the next one. Naquan Tomlin, 17 minutes, 8 points. He went 4 of 7 from the field, or 3 from the 3-point line. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers in the steal. 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and was a plus 15 and plus minus. Good finishing for him. He just didn't have the outside shot going tonight. Riley, 7 minutes. He had 4 points. He went 2 of 3 from the field. He missed his only shot, which was a 3. He had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, 1 offensive board, 1 personal foul, was a +5 and plus minus. Um, just made the open looks, and you have to do that while you're out there. Thomas Bryant did the same. 22 minutes, he had 11 points that led the bench. He went 4 or 5 from the field, 1 or 2 from three, 2 or 2 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. He was giving up some baskets, but he also made some plays to make sure they knew that they had to come right, or he was going to try to make a stop to the best of his ability. And the fact that he scored real efficient and he played some defense, you have to be happy with that. 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal foul, was a +15 and plus minus. Then the Schroeder was able to hit a couple threes. They dared him to shoot them. He said, "I'll take them." He was able to make half of them, and then he went 3 of 8 from the field. You want to see him do better than that, but you'll take it. 5 rebounds. He also had 6 assists, and that's the reason why he had a high impact in other categories tonight, even though he didn't score the ball somewhat of the way you would like. He did have a steal and 3 personal fouls, was a +20 and plus minus. Jalen Tyson played 20 minutes. He had 8 points. He went 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. This is a good night shooting the basketball from the perimeter. And, he still did get 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, and a +16. And plus minus, Craig Porter Jr., 15 minutes, 5 points. He went 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from three. He had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnover, and a steal. No personal fouls, and was a +12 and plus minus. And then you look at the Dallas Mavericks, Marvin Bagley, 27 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 5 from the field. He missed his only three. He had 4 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and a block. 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a -9. He thought since he played a lot of minutes, he'd be able to score at least double figures. He didn't really get as many chances or opportunities to score a lot in this one. Um, but, just look at it like I got to do more in the next one. Najee Marshall, 27 minutes, 17 points. He went 7 of 12 from the field. Did a good job of scoring near the basket, but it was good that he was able to make a couple threes, two of 4 from three, but he did go 1 of 4 from the free throw line with a couple more of those. He did have 7 rebounds. That ended up being the most in the starting lineup. He had 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal, 3 offensive board, no personal fouls, and was a -17 and plus minus. Cooper Flagg was their best offensive player. He ended up taking 16 shots. That was the most on the team, and he made half of them. He went 8 of 16 from the field. He went 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. He went 8 of 8 from the free throw line. He's doing a good job of getting the shots that he wants and getting them close to the basket while also trying to be physical. And since you have a good body and good athleticism and good strength, it makes sense for him to approach the game that way. Don't work too hard and don't settle as much. And I feel like even though some games he shoot bad or he shoot good, it's good that he's taking shots that he's confident in, and that's all you can really want any player on your team on the offensive end to do. And he has figured that out as a rookie. So that's a good thing that he knows he can get the shots that he wants. It's just up to him to make them. And you got to continue to put in the work to have better counters in the future if he wants to be a better offensive player. And he did a lot of that tonight, is why I say that. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, no personal foul, and a -5 and plus minus. Max Christie, 27 minutes, 12 points. He went 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, and a -9 and plus minus for him. He likes the jump shot. He likes the quick moves, and it worked tonight for him. Ryan ended up making 2 threes off the ball. Then he tried to get to the basket. It didn't work as well, but he did have 9 assists, and he's out there to speed it up and make those quick decisions and also, run that offense. And he did a good job of that tonight. 4 rebounds, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, and a -8 and plus minus. Chris Middleton, 17 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 6 from the field. They missed they only three. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a personal foul. It was a -12 and plus minus. Dwight Powell, 21 minutes. He had 11 points. He went 4 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds. So that's a double-double for him. He did what he was supposed to do when he was out there at a high level tonight. He also had 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 2 steals, 5 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a -24 and plus minus. Caleb Martin, 16 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, a steal, and a block. 1 offensive board, 0 personal fouls, and a minus 25 and plus minus. Taylor Smith, 6 minutes. He went 0 of 3 from the 3-point line. And they all was wide open looks. He just couldn't drop them in the basket. 1 rebound, 1 turnover, no personal fouls, and a minus 2 and plus minus. And Klay Thompson, he had really good looks in some of them. He was able to get some shots that he felt like he can make, but it didn't happen that well in this one. He went 3 of 11 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers. All his rebounds was offensive. He had a personal foul and was a minus 27 and plus minus. Brandon Williams, 21 minutes, 12 points. That ended up being the most off the bench. 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, and a block, 2 personal fouls, and a minus 25 and plus minus. A.J. Johnson, 6 minutes, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, no turnovers, 1 personal foul, and a minus 2 and plus minus. And then you look at the 44% that the Mavericks shot. That's okay, but you can't shoot 27% from 3 when you're not really guarding or defending the Cavaliers that well. They did do a good job of shooting 11 more free throws than the Cavaliers, and they made it at 83%. On top of that, while the Cavaliers didn't really need the free throws because they was making so many shots from the perimeter and at the paint. 62% from the free throw line for the Cavaliers, which is crazy. 47% from 3 for the Cavaliers, 62% from the free throw line for the Cavaliers, and they out-rebounded the Mavericks by 5, 45 to 40, 27 assists for the Mavericks, 32 for the Cavaliers, 17 turnovers for the Mavericks, 14 for the Cavaliers, 12 steals for the Cavaliers, 4 for the Mavericks, and then 3 blocks for the Mavericks, 4 for the Cavaliers, 12 offensive rebounds for the Mavericks, 9 for the Cavaliers, 28 defensive rebounds for the Mavericks, 36 for the Cavaliers, 14 personal fouls for the Mavericks, 22 for the Cavaliers, and just a really, really good night for the Cavaliers. They really did what they wanted, how they wanted, and had fun doing it, while they still did play a good offense, kept the ball moving, kept breaking down the defense, was able to create their shots how they wanted to, and then they was able to get it done, and very easy. And they didn't really have to play a lot of defense because the Mavericks were just missing shots, or the shots that they was taking, they wasn't really making that well anyway. And then even when they was making them, they didn't really make them the way that the Cavaliers was making them. The Cavaliers really wasn't missing anything in this game from anywhere, so besides the free throw line. So that ended up being real good for them. The Cavaliers can pile it up on you. They can, score on you real well, especially if you don't really have people that can really make you pay. They're going to take gambles. They're going to take risks defensively. And if you can't answer back with a made basket, or you ain't moving the ball and still making a shot after that, you're not going to have a good chance of beating them. That's why it's the good teams, the okay teams, the bad and ugly. And the Cavaliers can feast on those teams like a lot of other good teams, because you still need to beat them to have a good record to make it to the playoffs. And that's what the Cavaliers wanted to do. Their record is getting better, and that's what you have to be happy about, And we'll see what they continue to do as the season continues to go on. And the Mavericks, just let the young guys play, let the veterans, get their bodies right, and let them, try to continue to support the players on and off the court, and just try to continue to figure out who you want to keep and what you want to do with the guys you have on this roster, and that can help you in the offseason and obviously in the NBA draft. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today with more analysis.